Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, Italy has recently been unified and it is 1861. But the question is, who is the true father of Italy? As many of you know, three men, Giuseppe Garibaldi, Giuseppe Mazzini, and Camillo Cavour, all claim to be the father. DNA testing is going on as I speak, and the results will be revealed at the end of the show, so stay tuned. But first, let's hear from each of our respective fathers. I myself believe that Cavour is the true father of Italy, because he established the actual political unification, while Garibaldi and Mazzini did make important contributions that did not lead to an actual concrete political unification of a single Italian state. Now, here to find out more whether this is true or not, we have Giuseppe Garassini here to tell us more. So, why do you think that you're the father of Italy?
Well, I was the leader and founder of Young Italy in 1831. I created it because I recognized the flaws of the Carbonari. We use insurrections and propaganda to make a unified Italian state. I even inspired my friend Garibaldi to join the movement.
But as I recall, all of these insurrections and miniature revolts failed miserably. Additionally, your propaganda was only aimed at the young, educated middle class that alienated much of the Italian society and the majority of the peasants and other groups in Italy. Finally, your Republican ideals got in the way of the unification of Italy. You wanted a republic over anything, and as a result, many in the population were also alienated from your organization, Young Italy. So get out of here. Since Mazzini was clearly not the true father of Italy, let's bring in our next contestant, Mr. Garibaldi, to see how he did not unify Italy.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Povich.
So, Mr. Garibaldi, why do you think that you're the true father of Italy?
Well, using my past military experiences in South America, I took Sicily in 1860 after a revolt broke out there. I used my guerrilla warfare tactics with my 1,000 red shirt army to achieve my victories, beginning in that Sicilian revolt, which then continued all the way up the peninsula through Rome. I was able to motivate the peasants and lower classes in a way that Mazzini's Young Italy could never do.
I see. So why not continue past Rome?
Well, Cavour had already unified the North, and I did not want a civil war.
Interesting. So you only unified the South, where Count Cavour could have easily unified by himself due to his impeccable political skills.
Well, that is correct.
So, obviously, you are not the father. Get out of here! Let's hear from the true father of Italy, Count Cavour.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Maury.
So, what did you actually do that makes you the true father of Italy?
Well, you see, Maury, I arranged the secret Plumbaris Pact in 1858 with Napoleon III to enlist French help in purging the Italian peninsula of Austrian influence. Additionally, with French help in the Franco-Austrian War, we annexed Lombardy by the Treaty of Villafranca. Had the French not pulled out of the war early, we also would have annexed Phoenicia. Also, the Franco-Austrian War in 1859, that I caused, might I add, sparked a multitude of revolutions in northern Italy, which allowed Tuscany, Modena, Parma, and Romagna to be annexed to Piedmont. Had this war not happened, Austrian troops would have been able to quell Garibaldi's rebellion in Sicily. Finally, I sidestepped Rome to avoid confrontation with French troops, supporting the Pope to intercept Garibaldi, and I prevented him from entering Rome and potentially starting a war in 1860. While I was here, I was able to negotiate with Garibaldi for him to hand over the South. By doing so, I was able to unify the North and South together to create Italy. Had Garibaldi been allowed to unify the entire peninsula himself, he would not have had the political skills or political stability to keep a nation from falling apart.
Clearly based on your flawless tactics, you are the father of Italy. However, many historians believe that you are just a Piedmont aggrandizer and that you only wanted the northern parts of Italy unified. What do you have to say for this?
Well, Maury, I can easily see why these historians see this, since I was Prime Minister of Piedmont. However, I participated in multiple insurrections for the unification of Italy in my youth. So clearly I've been a supporter of the Italian unification even before my position in Piedmont as Prime Minister. Additionally, I could have easily let Garibaldi have the South. I did not have to unify the North and the South. I could have just kept the northern region for myself. Like, why would I have to even have the South? Also, I joined the Crimean War because I wanted the unification of the entire peninsula as a talking point at the Paris Peace Conference in 1856. Many cite that I agreed to follow France to take Nice and Savoy as reasoning for my untrue nationalism, but I sacrificed Nice and Savoy to gain French support to ensure unification of the entire Italian peninsula.
Well, clearly this interpretation of you is unjust. And the results are in, folks. Thank you. It would seem, Cavour, you are the father!